So, like I was saying, Jonathan Gooch is a husband, a father of three, a former pastor. I don't know if you guys knew that about him. He's a former pastor. He's a former restaurant owner. Now full-time networker, diamond agent here with Club Secret. Really crushing the game right now, leading by example in so many different ways. He just came back from an escape that he was on. He's going to talk to you guys up a little bit about everything. Give it up for the one and only Mr. Jonathan Gooch, Diamond Agent, baby.
What's up, Mr. Payso? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm good. I had a very long night yesterday, but I'm here with you guys. And man, I'm excited to hear from you. I'm excited to learn from you. I got my notes ready to go. Take it over.
Awesome, buddy. Well, man, it's exciting to be on TKO's call. I'm just telling you guys right now, we are fired up about the direction that we are going in this company. I've never been as excited as I am right now. And I'll tell you, I've been excited before, but we're seeing some ridiculous growth happening, and it's there's really no secrets to it. We're just excited and people building off of our excitement. Let me just real quickly tell you a little bit about me, just so you know who I am. Peso, thanks for the introduction. I actually got involved in the network marketing world a little over 12 years ago. Some of you will know that. I got involved with the travel club that I fell in love with the idea of going on a vacation, and that's really where I was. I wanted to take a trip. I didn't never think I would do any of the business side. However, things shifted in my life. The economy crashed my restaurants. I walked into my church on a Sunday morning. They told me they didn't want me to be their pastor anymore. So I had to do something. And I thank God every day that he allowed me to go through the fire so that I could be purged and brought into what his plan was for me. So I actually got started and started to share with a few people. Those few people turned into hundreds of thousands all over the world and created millions of dollars in income. And I don't say that to brag or boast. I say that because if a normal guy like me with no college education can get excited and start sharing something with people and create that type of income, anybody on this call can. We're not limited by our background. We're not limited by our color. We're not limited by our business sense. We're not limited by our education. We are, the only limit that we have is what limits we put on ourselves. So for me, the fact that I lost everything, that the economy crashed everything, and I had to go and test drive cars to just do the business when I first got started. That didn't deter me. That didn't stop me. It made me want to go make something happen. And all of us know about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago, some of you may be brand new, but some of you aren't. And we know that the shift happened and we kind of had to make a decision. And, they gave us the opportunity to start talking about skincare and nutrition. Is it okay? You guys put in the chat. Is it okay if I'm completely vulnerable with you guys? If I'm transparent, I just tell you the raw truth. If that's okay, then I'm going to do that. When they said we were going to do skincare and nutrition, I wasn't that guy. Okay. I was the dude that said, there's no way I can do that. The skincare part, I don't get fired up about skincare. And the nutrition part, I mean, look at me. I have lost quite a bit of weight, actually. I was 540 pounds. Today, I'm 280 pounds. So I've lost a lot of weight. Well, it wasn't through anything in a shake or any type of system. That doesn't mean I'm against those systems. It just wasn't anything that I, jumped into. And my mentor said, hey, Gooch, you got to understand that it's not about what you want to do. It's about what the masses want to do. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. So tell me what I need to do. And I asked him and he said, you gotta adjust your sales pitch. And I'm like, look, I'm not a sales guy. That's not me. And he's like, it's okay. You don't have to sell these products. They're incredible. People love them. They want to try them. And I'm like, okay, so I'll show a few people some skincare and nutrition. And then what I found out was the skincare was pretty amazing and the nutrition was on point. I mean, it was incredible. I love the nutrition side of it, the recovery, the booster, the shakes and the greens. I mean, these things are incredible. So I believed in what we had, but I still didn't want to go sell it. I didn't want to go rub on people's hands. I didn't want to do that. It was nothing against Secret because I loved every aspect of Secret, the corporate team, our owner, our CEO. I loved every part of it. I just could not get fired up about going and sharing skincare and nutrition. How many of you relate to that? I mean, honestly, how many of you really relate to that? It's okay if you say that. Peso's not going to come through the screen on you, because if you weren't, then you're where I was. I mean, you were. You're exactly where I was. And then they said, hey, we got this club secret coming out, and what it's going to do is it's going to incorporate everything. And I'm like, what do you mean everything? And they said, lifestyle. You're going to be able to travel the world. You're going to be able to get some trips like you used to look at, you used to take. You're going to be able to get wholesale on vacations, and we're going to allow you to find other discounts for other things, including clothing and shoes and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, I'm in on that. Where is it? And I was like, where is it? So the realness of this is I kind of put my business on hold. I was here. I wasn't going anywhere. I'm 100% in on secret, but I didn't do a whole lot because I wanted to see this thing develop. Now, was that a good decision for right now? Looking back, probably not, but I wanted to see it develop. And then they said, we're going to launch this. And they told us when, and they brought some people into a room and a few people on a video chat. Payso was on there with me, and they said what it was going to look like. And I about flipped my lid. You ain't never seen a country boy get so as excited as I was when they told us what this program was going to look like. And then the question in my head, and Payso said this on stage at Playbook, can they really do this? I mean, is this really gonna look the way they're saying? How are they doing it? And then my mentor, me talked again, and he said, Gooch, trust the system again. Man, you've been hurt. I know you've been hurt. I know that you have a hard time believing again, but you need to believe because they've got everything lined up for us. It's everything we've ever wanted plus some. And when he said that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have the faith. See, faith is an important part of who I am and what I display in my life. And I have to be faithful. So I was faithful. I trusted. And then they announced it at Playbook. And when they announced it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is everything. It is. It's everything that I wanted. I looked over at my wife, and this is the words that came out of my mouth. I'm getting ready to kill this thing. And she looks at me and she says, I've heard that before. And you know my wife, she's that person. And I'm like, no, I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to absolutely crush this sucker. And she said, okay. And then they made an announcement on the stage that they were going to double bonuses if you got 4 personals. I'm like, we're going to get our bonuses doubled. I'm in. Let's go do it. And then they said, there's a $10,000 carrot sitting out there for the person that puts in the most recruits, most personals, that puts in the most packs with their personals. And when they said that, I looked at my wife and said, baby, we just got us a raise because I'm going and getting that $10,000. And I went to work. I didn't wait until after the event. On the way to lunch, after they made that announcement, I started to get on the phone. I started to call. And guess what? I had my first personal win within 30 minutes of them making the announcements. 30 minutes. I was like, there's no way in the world I'm going to miss the opportunity to build my business from scratch. See, we all said we wanted to be there in the beginning. We all said it, right? We're here. This is the beginning. This is like day one of the rest of our life, but we got to go to work. We got to have faith. We got to know it's real. And I just started to convey that. Now, there's a couple things that I'm going to talk about while I'm on the call, and Payso kind of asked me to hit is how I'm doing it, because I don't think there's a lot of people doing it the way I'm doing it right now. And I'll be real with you, it's working in a huge, huge way. So I'm going to hit on that. But people are like, well, you just got off of a vacation. You just got back from a secret escape. And yes, I did. And I want you guys to understand the reason I went on the secret escape. I think it's important to the whole context of how I'm building my business right now. My brother called me up a few weeks ago and he said, hey, Gooch. And he called me Gooch too. He said, hey, Gooch, you want to go on a trip? And I'm like, I'm not going to go on a trip. I can't go on a trip. I've got to worry about business. I'm like, we're getting ready to make some big announcements. I need to be here. And he's like, do you think about it before you tell me no? And I got off the phone and I looked at my wife, and me and her was kind of talking back and forth. I said, maybe it's a good idea for me to go. I said, maybe I should go. And the reason I need to go is because I need to look at the trip. I need to see if it's the quality that we want. I need to feel the trip. I need to feel if when people go on a trip, what they're going to feel. And I need to go because this is brand new. And I get to help them write the script of what these trips are going to look like. So I need to make sure I'm there to feel and touch and experience what my people are going to feel and touch and experience. So I went on the trip, but here's what it was. It was not a vacation for me. Man, yeah, painfully, it was not a vacation for me. I showed up. They did everything they said they were going to do. We had 2 hosts. We had an incredible resort. They upgraded our rooms to suites at the Fives Beach and residences. So they gave us these really cool rooms, and the resort was amazing. The food was really good. I mean, all that was great, but I couldn't get things off of my mind. And while I was on the trip, I carried my computer and my phone. And I don't know if you're following me on social media, you saw it. I put my phone to work. I was on my computer and the phone the whole time because I couldn't take time out of what we're doing right now to go on a vacation. I had to work while I was there. And some people are like, well, why would you do that? Because I understood the task that we have. I understood the mission that I'm on. I don't have the luxury to sit back and wait for my business to come to me. I've got to go get my business. I've got to go create the momentum. I got to go create the activities. When some of my mentors always talk about, you know, digging a ditch and driving depth and driving depth and driving depth. Well, I've done stuff in the past and it kind of looked like that, but it never looked like it does right now. We literally started 11 days ago, driving depth, 30 down depth, right straight down. And a lot of those are my personals. Okay. So I knew what it looked like. And then I started to put people in and started to put a lot of people in. In fact, right now, the board's not updated, but when it updates over tomorrow, there should be over 20 people, personals, points that I have on that board because I've not stopped. But here's the thing. Understand this. What I figured out is a lot of people on my team were confused and they didn't know what to do. And they came home, and instead of them exploding, and I do have some growth happening, but instead of them exploding, they kind of was sitting back and waiting too. And then I sit and watched a few people that started to work, and they weren't working in the right ways. I mean, they were literally putting people in for club secret. They didn't want to put the pack in. They were like, I'll get them for the club secret, and I'll update on the pack later. Why? And I'm like, why? And they were like, well, it's easier to get them for the lower price. And bull. It's not. Listen, I think I have a harder time getting somebody to say 50 rather than 400. And here's what you got to understand. You got to get that thinking out of your head right now. We don't even do that. I don't do that. My team doesn't do that. The people that's doing that are doing it because they're afraid of the answer of 400. They're afraid of it. And see, they got this, what is it? They've allowed the negativity that we've had in the past life to seep into their head, and they don't think the value's there at I say 500 because after taxes, everything is 500. Here's the deal. We got value in this. We in our history, Payso, we've never had the value that we have right now. Never. And that's why I'm so excited. The value we have is so good. Why are you stealing from people? See, I think if you just put them in at Club Secret, you're stealing from them. I think you're taking away value that they have the right to have. I mean, they said we're going to give you this trip included in your membership. We've never had that value. See, this is my mindset. It's $500, $55 a month for the membership. If you add all that up, it's $1,160. At $1,160, if the trip's $2,000 and you're paying $1,160, you've got $800 plus in value. So there's your value right there. Why are you afraid to sell somebody $500? Guys, it's ridiculous that we're afraid to sell them the value. See, the reason you're afraid to sell them the value is because you don't believe yet. You haven't bought into the system. You got to buy into the system. So let's just get right into it. What am I doing right now? And how am I able to put these? Listen, Payso, I'm taking a chance on getting somebody on this phone call fired up, and they're going to beat my number, and I don't get that $10,000. My wife might get a little insane that I'm doing this, but you know, we one big family, we one big team. I'm going to tell you right now, somebody decides to go after this and really put the work in, you can beat the number that's on the board right now. You really can. So here's what it looks like. People are like, how are you getting a hold of people? I'm reaching out to everybody. There's nobody off limits. It may be people I've talked to in the past. It may be people that I don't even really barely know through Facebook. It may be people that did World Ventures a long time ago. It may be people that were in my circle, but I haven't really connected to. It doesn't matter. I'm reaching out to everybody, okay? Everybody. And then all I'm saying is, when do you have a few minutes for a video chat? That's all I say. When do you got a few minutes for a video chat? I get them on the call and I literally say, hey, I want to share an idea that I'm working on. It's a project, man. I went on a run 12 years ago. It was the biggest run I've ever made. And I'm getting ready to make another one. And this one's going to 10 times that run. I said, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to hear my pitch. Now, I'm not pitching you. So if I'm talking to Payso, I'm like, Payso, I'm not pitching you. I just want you to hear my pitch so you can see if you feel good about doing this with people. And they're like, yeah, okay, that's cool. So if I call them, I'm like, hey, Payso, I got a question for you. If you could join a travel club and pay $500 one time, and you would have access to wholesale vacations all over the world, plus you're going to get some really cool products to try in the skincare or the nutrition world. Also included in your membership for signing up, you're going to get a trip for 2 included, all inclusive 5 nights to Mexico, the Bahamas, or the Dominican Republic. If that were true, would you do that? And all day, every day, every one of them says, yeah, I would do that. I'm like, cool, that's what I do. Okay, so I show people how to join the club, how to use those products, and how they can take that trip. Are you ready to get started? And I just smile. And everybody's like, yes. And they are going in the system. Then that's that simple. See, what you did not see me do is click through some slides. What you did not see me do is push play on a video. Now, I'm not against those. If it works for you, you keep doing it. And don't you flip over to this if it's working for you. I'm not telling you that. But what I'm saying is, this is so simple. People are trying to do it the hard way when you can do it the easy way. Just because it's easy doesn't mean you can be lazy. See, that's where I'm at right now. I'm not being lazy. It's easy for me. I'm literally working the whole time. And I don't know if you caught it, but I'm not directly selling them yet. I'm directly selling them, and they're giving me the answer inside of my pitch. So I already know they're in. Because at the end of it, when I say, you ready to get started, I smile. They're laughing. Yeah. And I'm like, see, that's what I do. Would you do that? And then they're like, yes. See, here's what you got to do. You got to get out of your comfort zone. I put a post on to Facebook yesterday. I had to get uncomfortable for a small season of my life to get comfortable the rest of my life. This is so simple. Just because it's easy does not mean you can be lazy. See, that's my big thing to my people right now. You've got to have a hawk eye. You've got to go to work right now. You've got to use this as use your excitement in something brand new with the beginning. Man, we've always talked about timing and placement. Timing and placement has never been as big of a deal as it is right now. I'm getting ready. Listen, Payso, put this down in your book. I know you're taking notes. Jonathan Gooch will be the #1 income earner in secret. No doubt, because I understand where we're at and where we're going. See, and I don't say that to brag on me. I'm just telling you it's real. We got it, man. The 28th, when these people start booking these trips, it's getting ready to be over. Lights out. Going to shut down the whole thing. Everybody wants to take a trip. And you're like, well, Gooch, I don't know, man. I'm not as confident as you. I'm not that, I believe, but well, why don't you do this? Why don't you just say, hey, listen, what if I get you a trip to Mexico or the Bahamas or the Dominican Republic and save you $700? Would you listen to me? And listen, if there's a video out there, you can push play at that time, push play. It's that simple. It's just a matter. You're right, buddy. Listen, Payso, me and you both, let's just go to the top and tie. That's what I say. Let's just go do that. Because guys, this is so simple. But remember, I want you to write this down. Because it's easy doesn't mean you can be lazy. I think that's important. Because see, all of us got used to kind of sitting back and chilling and, oh man, we're in a travel club, so we get to chill and we get to, enjoy our journey. And listen, I enjoy the journey, but see, my idea of enjoying the journey is work. My idea of enjoying the journey is finding a new Jay Payso and finding that guy that wants something more in his life, or finding a new person, a new young lady that says, I want to go crush this, and showing them how to freaking crush it. And then that's how I enjoyed the journey. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the beach, but when I'm enjoying the beach, I want to be enjoying it with a pina colada in one hand and a margarita in the other, and my business partner sitting beside me because we did it together. Now is the time, guys. This is the time. But you got to go to work. I've got so many people I'm talking to right now. I'm losing control of messages. I'm trying to figure out how to document the different messages so I can make sure I follow up with the people the right way. Today, I got 5 people going in the system. Today, personally, 5 people. You're like, well, the reason he's got it is because he used to be a big shot in WE, but that's how he's getting everybody. Nope. I'm getting everybody. I'm just excited. I'm urgent. I'm focused. They know it. They will follow you if they know where you're going. You just got to follow. You got to follow some leadership right now. You got to go to work. You got to go make it happen. First time you can do it's tonight. You can put a few people on the call tonight. I'm doing the all secret call, the all agent secret. Well, not all agent, but whatever the presentation is. Now, unfortunately, I called Troy the other day and I'm like, man, what do I do? Because I can't do my pitch on the call tonight because I can't do a 3-minute presentation. Everybody would lose their lid. So I'm going to do it a little different tonight. So I won't be doing it that way, but get some people on there. I promise you, I'm going to have the same excitement I got right now. And I'm going to help you put your people in. Use those things. Use those things. But here's the last part I'll say, and Jay, I'm going to bring you back on and ask me anything you want me to touch on. But last thing I'll say is this. I know at the event, everybody was talking about leading. How do you lead? How do you lead in the presentation? Do you lead with products? Do you lead with travel? What do you lead with? Well, here's what I'm doing. I'm leading with travel. I'm talking about them trying the products, and I'm closing with travel. That's all I'm doing. I'm leading, talking about them trying the products, the skincare, nutrition, and I'm closing with travel. Well, Jonathan, what if that's like de-edifying the secret of past? We're not de-edifying it. Hey, Jay, you've done a video before, and in that video, you said these products sell theirself. So am I not just allowing them to have an experience the way that we say they're going to have the experience, that these products sell theirself? That's all I'm doing. Am I right about that, Jay?
Absolutely.
See, so if the products sell theirself, then why do we have to push product on them? We don't. We get them a pack, let them pick which one they want, put them in as an agent. They get the products. We put them on maybe the spa party that's been done yesterday, that happened yesterday. They want to know more about the products. And then we help them duplicate by doing it the exact same way that we did it. Is it going to come natural for everybody? No. But here's what I know. If we do it right and we do it long enough, people will duplicate the way we're doing it. They just got to see us go to work again. Some of you've been wanting to make something happen for years. Well, now you got a chance. Go make your name known. And I promise you, we'll celebrate you in the front. I guarantee you that we will celebrate you in a big way. So Payso, any questions you got for me, my man? I'm here. Hopefully I hit on some stuff for you and helped your group out a little bit.
You definitely, you hit on everything. But really quick, what are you getting any objections? Which I doubt, right? Are you getting any objections? How are you closing? And are you stacking the app? Obviously, we're not using the app. You're not using the app, but are you stacking the app? Basically telling them, listen, you lock this spot right now. You're going to benefit from what I'm putting in. Are you doing any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, honestly, I'm not getting many objections. So objections are few and far between. The people that may have an objection is, hey, I just got to get the money, but they're like, I'm calling you back. And it's so funny. I'll be on the middle of a presentation and get a message in from somebody that says, I'm ready to go in, call me ASAP. So I'm not getting objections. I guess it's because my belief is so high. I don't know, but it's just, I'm not giving them an opportunity to ask a whole lot of questions there. So.
Hold up, Gooch. Give me a second, Gooch. I can't hear you. I had to mute somebody and unmute everybody. There you go.
Okay, I just unmuted me. Good deal. And as far as the close, my close is exactly what I just said. At the end of it, I'm like, are you ready to get started? And they're like, and they kind of laugh. And then I'm like, that's what I'm doing. I mean, do you not see how this can be big? You can make, man, we can go make a run. You can be a part of it. And this is, Peso's the key to this is I'll say, but Peso, if you're not ready to run yet, here's what I'll tell you. I got my running shoes on and I'm out running the field right now. And you can lock a spot and you're going to benefit from what I'm doing because it's going straight down my power leg. Are you ready to get started? That's exactly what I'm saying. As far as stacking apps, I don't stack apps because I feel like when somebody says yes, they got the right to go in the system in the next spot because this is urgency. If somebody says, I'm going to call you back, I'm like, you may miss somebody. And then I will tell people, hey, I got 2 more people. Like I told somebody this morning, hey, just so you know, I got some people going in this afternoon. We get you in first. You'll have them on your team instead of you being on theirs. So let me know if you're ready to get started right now. So that's how I kind of handled the app stacking and stuff like that. I don't really stack apps, even though I would encourage you, if you're doing it in person, like if you sit down in the coffee shop and do the pitch that I just said, have an app with you, get them on the app and then put them in the system because it's repetition. You're going to learn how to do that and you do it over and over and over again. But if you're on the phone, when they say I'm in, you literally get on the computer while you're there and you type it out, put them in. Here's the key. It's not a phone call. It is a video chat. That's important. This is not a phone call. It's a video chat. I want to look them in the eyes when they tell me no. I want to look them in the eyes so they know if they say yes, they got me as a partner. So it's important. Do video calls. Don't be lazy.
I love that. And I asked that question because I had a talk with a teammate the other day and I was letting them know, it's like people don't sign up from what they're going to gain. They sign up from what they're going to lose out of. And, that's super important about, that's why I asked you about the stacking the app. But listen, you covered everything really. Elevate is coming up. What do you feel about that?
Man, I'm going to tell you, the way we built a multi-million-dollar business in the past was getting people to events. And we started when the events were little, like small, couple hundred people. And then it started to grow. And as it grew, the room started to grow and the team started to grow because we knew having our people inside of that event, being there to participate in the event, to hear the trainers. I mean, it's going to be lights out who's training at that event. We all know that. But if you've never been, you don't know that. So I'm telling you, you get to hear from the best of the best in the company, the ones that's blazing the trail, the ones that's out doing the work, that's leading in front of the masses. So Elevate's huge. If you've not got a ticket yet, get it while it's discounted. Don't make an excuse. See, many times we'll make our own excuse to why we can't instead of looking at the reasons why we should or why we have to. So we've got to go. See, I remember the days when TKO was the dominant force inside of the big events. It's time for that to happen again. See, we get the opportunity to create what we want these events to look like, how they're going to get the culture. See, what we had before was culture, but people don't realize the culture wasn't the company. The culture was us. So we got to get this culture back. Don't sit back and wonder what's going to happen at the big event. Just go and find out what happens at the big event. So Elevate is massive. It's massive to the growth of your business for your team. If you're not selling your people on the event, it's just like you're like taking away their opportunity to win at a higher level. So Elevate's massive. And here's what I'll tell you. I plan on being on that stage and training at Elevate. Think about it. You get your people, your new people in front of some energy like this. And I mean, I'm just saying, I plan on being on stage at Elevate and training. And when that happens, I guarantee you the energy they get there will be way different than what we have here. And it's going to be higher. And I can tell you, you don't want your people to miss. Get the ticket today. Get on the phone. As much as you're trying to get them to buy the $200 pack upgrade, get them to spend that extra $200 to come to the event so they can get a real picture. This is no longer a skincare and nutrition company. This is a lifestyle brand company. This is a travel, when you want, how you went, with who you want. This is a try some of these products and you like them, buy them again. That's what it is. See, everybody was saying, oh, by the way, you get a trip. No, oh, by the way, you get some products. It's okay to say that. It's completely okay to say, oh, by the way, you're going to get to try some really cool products, but you're getting to go on a trip. And that trip has instant value with no matter what you're paying to get involved.
Wow. By the way, you're going to get some products with that as well. I love it. Yeah, look, Listen, guys, if you haven't seen Gooch on stage, I am telling you, he is going to be on that stage or elevate. I already know he's going to be on that stage or elevate. If you haven't seen Gooch train, you're it's an experience. And for that person that went to the last event, and maybe went to our last 2 events and still hasn't got that business, moving the way they want to, you got to understand, you never know what event is going to do it for you. It's certain events that puts that fire in you that you can't even explain. There's a switch that happens. So you do not want to miss your chance of that switch turning on. And it could be at Elevate. Before we close out, there's a couple things that you mentioned that I love, because I had to talk with my brother. I just signed my brother up the other day, and he came over yesterday, and I was just teaching him how to build this business, and he asked me, if he's on this call. I hope he don't mind that I say this, but he was saying that, man, I'm reading this and I'm trying to learn how to do this, and I'm trying to learn how to do that. And I said, man, throw all that stuff away. It don't matter how you doing anything. That how doesn't matter. When you spoke about passion. You spoke about posture, excitement, and urgency. That's all that matters. People look at me like I'm this speaker, that. I think I suck presenting. I think I suck speaking. I got passion. I got excitement. That's what people love. It's a transfer of energy when you speaking to somebody. People follow strength, not weakness. And that's how Gooch is moving right now. This is, you could feel Gooch's energy. So I love that. Use the tools. He's presenting tonight. Use the tools. The tools is what's going to help you succeed. This is what I've been doing my whole career, was using the tools, pointing at events, do this, listen to this call, use the tools. The tools are there to help you. If you are a mechanic, you can't do anything with your hand. You can't do it. You have to use the tools. We are mechanics of building network marketing. Lead with travel. I love that you said that. And we're no longer a skincare company, nutrition company. We're a lifestyle club, man. It's just, I don't know. I've heard it. I've known that before, Gooch, but the way you said it today clicked for some reason, right? That's exactly what we are. That is not de-edifying. That is not de-edifying the company. Isaac wants the club secret is the push. That's all we should be talking about is club secret. That's what Isaac wants. That's what we want. That's what the club secret execs this is club secret is. That's it, right? It's all about the pack. Now, we have, before you close it out, Gooch, we have a Super Saturday this Saturday, I believe it is. Let me make sure it's the 19th, right? We got, literally a couple days. It is the 19th in Queens, New York. We have Troy Brown and President Eddie Head, coming in to speak to you guys, to train you guys on how to build this business, to give you a deeper vision on where we are going. Now, the last time we had Eddie Head here, I think it was 2014. Eddie Head was the last time Eddie Head came to New York. History repeats itself. Everybody in a tri-state, not just New York City, everybody in a tri-state, if you are 2 hours away, you should be coming to this meeting Saturday at 12 p.m. We start. All the information is out there. I will remind everybody again, we need to pack this place out, show Troy Brown, show Eddie Head what we're about, and also bring guests out, because we're doing an early presentation, and let these people stay out throughout the training, because they will get inspired from everything and everybody that's gonna be speaking. So to close it out, Gooch, you got me on fire right now. I'm shaking. To close it out, Gooch, what are your parting words? Give us some marching orders. What should we be doing right now? I know today is, the football thing. What do you call that? Super Bowl. I know today's the Super Bowl, but I'm not a football head. I'm a boxing head. But I know a lot of people get distracted with anything that they can get distracted with. So what are the marching orders? Because it's time for us to get us some Super Bowl rings. So what would you say about everything that's happening right now, and what's the focus?
Yeah, we're where we always wanted to be. I mean, we all said in the beginning, we wish we were there. Well, we're here. It's time to go to work. Some of you talk about creating your family's legacy, and you talk about going and doing something nobody in your family tree has ever done, but you're sitting on the couch and not sharing it with people. Here's what we've done. We figured out how you can still do that and win. Now, I mean, I'm not telling you to sit on your couch, but man, I can do every bit of my stuff sitting in my easy chair, right, just because I believe so much, and it's that simple. It's that duplicatable. The problem is we just laid out the system. We just showed you how if you want to go fast, you can go fast. But some of you are going to try to recreate the wheel. You're going to try to do it different because you want to be that person that does it different to create the new system. There's no need in creating a new system for a system that's already working. It doesn't matter if you're pushing play. It doesn't matter if you're clicking slides. It doesn't matter if you're doing what I do. It doesn't matter. You just got to go do something. See, I'm gonna calm down a little bit. I've never ever known and been as certain as I am about the path that we are on. Do not get distracted by the outside noise, because that's all it is noise. This is our chance. Listen, you got leaders, you got a leader above leaders, man. This guy, I'd follow him to the end of the earth. Payso's one of the most respected leaders in all of the company, and incredible human being. But as far as a leader goes, man, he's leading. He did not move off the line when others moved off the line. That's who I want to follow, is those type of people. But here's what's important. What are you going to do after this call? See, Troy's going to be in your market. I would go because Troy's my upline. He knows what's going on. He's going to tell you stories. Not quite sure. He probably won't talk about what we're doing a little bit. It's our time. Go to work. First off, go get 4 to get your personal sign-up bonuses doubled. Then go get 6 to make your money back that you started with your pack. And then put it in your target by the end of this month to go get on that leaderboard, because you can say, look, I'm one of the top. I'm running right now. I'm making the charge. If it is to be, it's up to me. We say those words all the time, but it is so important that you understand today. If it is to be, it's up to me. It's up to you. You are the CEO. You are the breath inside of your business. You either breathe life into it or you pull the life out of it. It's one of those two, and you don't have time. You don't have the luxury to wait and see if it's going to happen. You don't have the luxury, guys. It's happening. It's happening. If you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. I can promise you Payso's getting on the phone this afternoon. Who cares what happens in the Super Bowl? It doesn't matter to me if the Bengals or the Rams win tonight. Here's what I do know. During the Super Bowl, I'm going to be playing for my championship. I'm be on the phone. I got people I got to talk to. I got people I got to put in. And it's been relentless. It's never been the way it is right now for me. I've done it big. Payso, you said I've done contests. You've seen me at the top. When I did the contest before, they were $25 and $99 to get started. I'm doing it now at $500. And the reason being is I believe in the direction that I'm going. I believe the direction that Secret's going. I believe in the direction that our leadership is going. I believe in the direction of Isaac. I believe in all of that. And that's why, mark it in your books, Secret will become the #1 network marketing company in the world, hands down. And it will create more freedom for people than we've ever seen. Forget the last 14 years and let's focus on the next 14 and go get our own championship. Thanks, Payso. I appreciate you, buddy. I'll turn it back to you. God bless everybody. I'll see you walking the stage at Elevate.
Let's get it, man. Guys, you heard it here with Jonathan Gooch. It's time to go diamond, blue diamond, red diamond, crown, and crown royale, baby. Man, I'm fired up. God bless you guys. Have a great day. And this recording will be out to send to the people that didn't make the call. Love you guys. Let's get it.